Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns and Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels and short stories. With me is Sam West, and today we're going to be talking about the spell Maze. Um,
I am not amazed about
haha,
Maze. Got
I
him.
I don't know. I don't really I don't fully understand this. Before we start talking about it, let's do what does the spell do?
Great. It's an 8th level conjuration spell for wizards. If we just let's just get all the fun top end stuff. This is kind of in that category. So it's 60-foot range, takes an action, 10-minute concentration. So this does eat your concentration, which really sucks if you wanted to do other things with it, but that's every concentration spell ever. You banish a creature. That is no save, no nothing else. You simply banish it. You go, that creature right there, gone. That you can see within range into a labyrinth demiplane. It remains there for the duration or until it escapes the maze, which is fun. That's cute. It's funny. The target can use its action to attempt to escape. So like the fantasy doesn't really match to me here, but we'll keep going. When it does so, it makes a DC 20 int check. If it succeeds, it escapes. If Minotaurs and Gorostro demons automatically get out, which is cute.
Yeah.
And whenever it ends, it reappears in whatever space is left. So basically what go for it.
How is this different from banishment?
Banishment, I literally pulled that up right before we started because I was like, oh, this is going to be immediately asked. Banishment sends a creature on the plane of existence, but after it fails a charisma saving throw. And then it has some more text about it being living there permanently. Now you'll note that you're basically saying for 4 levels higher, we're removing that saving throw. That's basically what Maze does, right? Because the subsequent saves still happen and they get in the form of checks. Maze doesn't eat their action if they want to get out of it, where banishment just happens at the end of their turn. But that doesn't really matter because they're on the plane of existence anyway. They're not taking turns. That's kind of moot. And banishment, if you were to upcast it at the 8th level, you could make 4. It's 4 is 1, 5 is 2, 6 is 3, 7 is 4. It's 5, 8. 8th level spell. It's 5 creatures get banished at once. So you're basically saying you have to value Maze so much. You have to value the creature not making the save so much that you wouldn't want to also attempt to banish 4 more creatures. That's what you have to be saying Maze is worth. And most of the time, that's not it. Most of the time, that's you'll take your DC 22 was save for the banishment effect. You're fine taking that risk whenever you get so much more for the 8th level slot. The one time I'll say Maze is worth it is whenever you're fighting against something with legendary resistance that also has a bunch of things that you care about killing around it, especially if the thing with legendary resistance has low int. If that is the case, it can take the set piece encounters and destroy them. But that's really all this spell does.
Yeah, I guess what I'm having trouble wrapping my head around is it's called Maze, but there's no maze. It's a saving throw. I don't know.
I mean, it's technically a check, so you can hex it first.
Okay.
Which is cute. It's not good, but it's cute. I'm most bummed out that there isn't a cool little mini game here. I get a little annoyed whenever 8th level spells are this short, especially whenever they have such a cool premise. I think it would be neat if they needed to spend a certain amount of movement and they needed to pass a certain number of checks. I think this spell could have afforded to be quite a bit better than it is. Because your high end things still are going to get out, and you can as a DM do some cool flexible rulings with things that can teleport. You can be like, oh, I figured out where the exit is. Bam, over there, out, whatever. This just feels like they're banished into a pocket dimension until they figure out a little puzzle. You give them a puzzle box and they go on their way, and you can't come out until you fix the Rubik's Cube, right? That's what it feels like, and that doesn't feel like a maze, even a little bit. The only really thing that calls flavorfully the maze is the creatures that get out of it for free, which don't cast this on those.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about it. It's just banishment plus. You got anything else?
In very rare situations, is banishment plus.
Okay,
most of the time, banishment is still way better than this. Again, banishment has the very real upcast of hitting multiple creatures, which can be oh, you're saying that this encounter is supposed to have 4 fire giants and their little groups of Azer minions charging us down. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 fire giants go away, and we'll kill all your little Azer friends, and then you'll come back one at a time sporadically, and we'll kill you when that happens.
Yeah.
That's way more impactful than being that one fire giant is definitely going away. But if you are in the exact scenario where you're like ancient gold or ancient, let's use an evil dragon, ancient black dragon, you go into the maze. We'll kill all of your undead servants, and then you can come back hopefully after they're all dead. That is the only use case of this. It's something that could not, if something can automatically succeed on saving throws legendary resistance, this is a save or die for them, and that is all that it is.
Yeah. Well, I'm done. You?
I mean, I go watch Banishment. Have we done Banishment yet? If one,
No, I don't think
somewhere
so.
down the line, we will have Banishment done, and then go watch that to get more about why Banishment is better than this, because it's just everything we'll say in that video will be about this. This is just 4 levels more than it. So, not good.
And this is only for wizards, you said,
Yeah,
right?
just Wizards get Maze. Which I think if anyone should have got Maze, it probably should have been bards, because they're the ones that like tell the epic tales throughout history, right? Like they're the more iconically whenever I think of like classical historical bards, I'm thinking like Homer of the Odyssey. I'm thinking of really big historical figures that's hold like it's Paul, right? He was the one who did the Jesus thing. Like people that spread, I think so. People that spread a bunch of knowledge and world lore in humanity, I think of as bards, and Maze feels like something that you would hearken to. You would talk about the mazes of old, and the bards could send them there.
Or I mean, if it, like I said, there's no maze. So if it was, instead of getting through a maze, you had to solve a riddle. That's
which is functionally what this does, right? Yeah. It's disappointing on a lot of fronts. I despite the fact that it has a niche use case, this is a rare spell that, despite its niche use case, I'm still giving it a 1, because I still think that there's better spells than this to do this effect. And they're in the wizard class, so namely Irresistible Dance. It's just this probably, but better. So don't cast this, cast Irresistible Dance, because then at least you can kick the shit out of the monster while it's not doing anything.
Yeah. All right. I can't give it a 1. This
you can definitely give it a 1.
I'm not gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 2. Just yeah, because you already made the argument yourself. It's like Banishment, except when you need to take down the black dragon and kill all his undead minions, this one's got you covered. That's just not going to happen a lot.
Ever, if we're going to be honest.
And yeah, I mean, making the dragon dance might be more fun.
Agreed.
All right. Well, that was Maze. Thank you, Sam, and thank you everyone for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, informative, or entertaining, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button below. You needn't smash it. A gentle tap will suffice. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And make sure you check out the links in the description, where you'll find my Caverns Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels, Sam's full review of the spell, and other fun things.